Have you ever found yourself daydreaming about a retirement filled with warm ocean breezes and a great community? But then that little voice kicks in, worrying about the cost. Well, what if I told you that dream might be way more affordable than you think? Today, we're diving into how you can actually live better for less by retiring to Panama. Let's see how it's done. So to get a real feel for this, we're going to follow the story of Diane. She's an American expat who splits her time between her home in Texas and the gorgeous beach town of Coronado, Panama. Her experience gives us this amazing real-world look at what this lifestyle is actually like on the ground. And here it is. This is the number that makes everyone lean in a little closer. Diane and her husband live comfortably in Coronado on a monthly budget of about $2,520. So the big question is, how on earth is that possible in a popular, beautiful coastal town? Let's break it down. All right, first things first. Let's talk money. We're going to dig into their actual budget because this is where that whole idea of living better for less really comes to life. Let's see exactly where every single dollar goes. Okay, what's so fascinating here is how it all adds up. I mean, look at housing. $1,200 for a furnished one-bedroom, and that includes internet and water. That's a huge saving right there. And check out transportation, just $75 a month. Why? Because they don't even own a car. In a place like Coronado, where you can walk everywhere, you just don't need one. Even with a pretty generous $500 for fun, travel, and whatever else comes up, the grand total is just over $2,500 for two people. That's pretty incredible. So the budget looks amazing, right? But how do you actually make a move like this happen? Legally and financially. Let's get into the nitty-gritty, starting with one of Panama's most famous residency programs. Meet the Pensionado Visa. And folks, this thing is popular for a very good reason. The key here is that it's not based on you making some massive investment in the country. Nope. It's based on proving you have a stable lifetime pension of just $1,000 a month coming in. This one detail makes Panama accessible to so many more retirees. Now this is one of the biggest financial draws, so pay close attention. Panama uses what's called a territorial tax system. In simple terms, they only tax you on money you make inside Panama. So for retirees whose money is coming from pensions or investments from back home, this is an absolute game changer compared to a country like Canada, which taxes your income from anywhere in the world, no matter where you live. Of course, it's not just about Panama's rules. You have to deal with your home country's rules too. So for all our Canadian viewers, this is a big one. You can't just pack up and go without figuring out your relationship with the Canada Revenue Agency. So when you officially cut ties and become a non-resident of Canada, you might run into something called a departure tax. It's a really complex issue, but the gist is that the government basically acts as if you sold all your major assets on the day you left. The takeaway here is simple, and it's super important. You absolutely 100% need to talk to a professional accountant about this before you even think about making the move. And it's not just taxes you got to worry about. It's your healthcare. Again, using Canada as the example here, you can't just leave for years on end and expect your provincial health card to work when you pop back for a visit. Most provinces give you about 7 months outside the country. If you stay away longer than that, you'll likely have to wait 3 months with no coverage when you come back. It's a crucial detail you have to plan for. Which, of course, brings us to maybe the single biggest question on any retiree's mind, no matter where you're from. What's the deal with healthcare? What's the quality like in Panama? And what's it going to cost? A lot of people are actually blown away by the quality of care in Panama, especially in Panama City. We're talking top-notch private hospitals. The real crown jewel is a hospital called Pacifica Salud, which is actually affiliated with Johns Hopkins. It's the only one of its kind in all of Latin America. That means you have access to world-class doctors and facilities. And then you see the prices, and honestly, it's just staggering. Just look at this comparison with what you might pay in the US. An ER visit that could set you back thousands of dollars in the States, we're talking a few hundred in Panama. An MRI is a tiny fraction of the cost. You're getting this incredible quality of care without the heart-stopping price tag. But wait, it gets even better. If you have that Pensionado Visa, the savings just keep coming. These are legally required discounts on everything from doctor's visits and prescriptions to plane tickets and, get this, 50% off movie tickets. These aren't just little perks. This is real money back in your pocket that seriously boosts your quality of life.
So, with all these fantastic discounts chipping away at your costs, it's a pretty natural question to ask, right? You might be thinking, hey, with all this, can I just skip getting a private insurance plan?
And the answer to that is a hard yes. You absolutely still need insurance. Think of it this way. The discounts are amazing for your day-to-day routine stuff, checkups, prescriptions, that kind of thing. But insurance, that's for the big, unexpected, catastrophic stuff. A major surgery could still cost you $30,000 or more, and a little discount isn't going to help you there. All right, we've covered the money, the paperwork, the healthcare. Now it's time for the most personal question of all. Is a place like Coronado, Panama, actually the right fit for you? Let's get real and weigh the pros and cons. On the pro side, the list is pretty compelling. You get that incredible beach lifestyle, but you're not out in the middle of nowhere. You've got great grocery stores, restaurants, clinics, everything you need. The expat community is really active and welcoming, which is huge for building a new social circle. And like we saw, not needing a car is a massive financial win, all while your cost of living is way, way lower than back home. But hey, we gotta be realistic, right? No place is perfect. Coronado is not a massive city, so you won't have the same endless variety of high-end restaurants or cultural events as you would in, say, Panama City. And because it's so popular with expats, it is a bit more expensive than some of the smaller, more local towns in Panama. And finally, the climate. It's tropical. That means hot and humid pretty much all the time. For some, that's paradise. For others, not so much. But when you put it all together, for Diane and her husband, the pros just clearly won out. After spending a couple of years basically testing the waters, they're ready to go all in and make it their permanent home. Her story really proves that this lifestyle is possible. It's safe, it's affordable, and it's full of good people and fun things to do. So Diane's story really shows us that this dream of a comfortable, exciting, and affordable retirement in a beautiful place isn't just a fantasy, it's totally doable. And it leaves us with one final question to think about for ourselves. What does living better for less really look like for you? And could a place like Panama be the answer?